Last week, the star of Netflix's Emilia Perez, Karla Sofia Gascon, got exposed for a plethora of offensive and deeply problematic tweets from recent years. These aren't decades-old posts. They are quite recent, in fact. And now this actor, who, by the way, identifies as transgender, has issued an official apology, an official statement, and corrections to so-called misinformation about these posts. And in case you missed our first coverage of this incident, these posts were regarding George Floyd, Muslims, lots of posts that were just generally against religion, lots of posts that were, first of all, these were translated from Spanish, so possibly there could have been some misinterpretation going on. But most of it was some spicy takes on race, religion, Islam, and Hitler.
Everything that I saw from people was saying that it's actually worse when it's not translated.
The one that I really couldn't figure out was that tweet about Hitler.
Yeah.
Because there was just no way it could make sense to me why this person would say it. But here is the official statement from Karla Sofia Gascon's Instagram post. It features in the image a symbol of the Buddhist symbol, the white lotus, which I would like to describe. It symbolizes purity, spiritual awakening, and faithfulness. It represents the purity of the body, speech, and of mind as it emerges from muddy waters yet remains unstained. You'll realize why that's relevant in a few minutes. I'll just read through the translated version of this post because it was written originally in Spanish. So it says, "They already won. The first thing I'd like to do is ask for the most sincere forgiveness from those who feel bad about the way I've expressed myself at any stage of my life. I have many things to learn in this world. The forms in which I learn are my biggest defect. Life has taught me something I never wanted to learn. It's clear to me that no matter how much my message is my message, without using the proper words, the message can convert into another. I've gone from living a normal life to life at the top of my profession in just 6 months. Now my responsibility is very great because my voice not only belongs to me, but to many people who feel represented and hopeful by or with me." Gascon wrote that in recent years she has relied heavily on Nichiren Buddhism as a guiding principle in her life and believes it has changed her and those who surround me for the better. She admitted that she's not the same person she was a decade ago due to the religious shift, adding, "Although I have not committed any crimes, I was not perfect either, and I am not perfect now. I just try to learn and be a better person every day." It should be noted, though, that these tweets are all from 2020 or later.
I think they said 2019.
2019 or later. Yeah. So we're not talking about things that happened a decade ago.
She rounded up.
Not like I care. I'm not one of these people who's like screeching about racism or sexism or Islamophobia or whatever. Like, we don't care. We're just finding this whole thing amusing.
There was about 5 or 10 years of rounding up there.
Yeah, exactly. So Gascon repeated the opening statement of her response, writing, "They have already won. They have achieved their objective, to stain my existence with lies or things taken out of context. Anyone who knows me knows that I am not a racist. You'll be surprised when you find out that one of the most important people in my current life and that I love the most is Muslim, nor any of the things for which I have been judged and condemned without trial and without option to explain true intention. I've always fought for a more just society and for a world of freedom, peace, and love. I will never support wars, religious extremism, or the oppression of races and peoples. They have created posts as if it were me insulting even my colleagues." She's referring to Selena Gomez, and we'll get to that in a second.
This is the ultimate level of gaslighting. It's actually expert level gaslighting.
I almost believe that he's a woman with this level of manipulation.
There was a hilarious amount of people saying, despite the awful things said, you shouldn't misgender.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just insane. It concludes, "Things that I wrote to glorify as if they were criticisms, jokes as if they were reality, Words that without the background only seem like hate. Everything as long as I don't win anything and I sink. Referring to possibly the Oscar that he is nominated for, Best Actress. I care very little whether you win anything. I just care about you being okay and that no one will harm you. And then this was the last sentence. Mother, this life has put me here to send a message of hope and love to this world. I will do it. It sounds like someone has some delusions of grandeur. Like, what is this grandiose language? Like, the entire world is conspiring against you because you posted something about George Floyd and, like, Hitler a few years ago?
Side effect of, like, the tunnel vision you get on social media because you think everything revolves around you.
Now, in a separate...
You are your own, like, PR person on social media, which leads to this type of language.
And, you know, there should have been... probably people at Netflix responsible to do background checks on this person's social media profiles.
Like, there's got to be somebody can create like a master list of the words that you just like put in to
How does this not
somebody's
exist?
X page and put like look up their page and look up a bunch of like the really, really heavy words that you know are associated with bad stuff or the things that are going to get them in trouble, and then go look for it.
Not like I have any, you know, I don't have any sympathy for this person. Just so we're clear, this person was also tweeting criticisms of forced diversity at the Oscars, meanwhile is perfectly happy to be a beneficiary of it as the first openly transgender actor ever nominated for an Oscar. This is considered a historic first for the Oscars, and this is a progressive milestone that we should all celebrate. But only when it suits your interests, right?
Correct.
So, in a separate statement from an interview with CNN, which was also in Spanish, Karla Sofia Gascon stated that the tweet calling Selena Gomez a rich rat who is trying to clout chase off of her ex-boyfriend and his wife, Justin and Hailey Bieber, Gascon says, "Of course, that's not mine. I have never said anything about my partner. I would never refer to her that way."
Like I said, that's gold medal level, like gaslighting.
I just really hope that these links are archived because it's very clearly a real post. Like, nobody, you didn't just, like, what? You were eating and then, like, some of your food fell on your phone screen and it, like, typed out
Have you ever seen
an insult to Selena Gomez, who you just happened to work with a few years later?
The thing where, like, the person's washing their hands and a drop of water falls on their screen and it sends an I miss you message to their ex.
Exactly. Like, oh, you were just, like, looking at your phone while you were in the shower and, like, the mist typed out that tweet. It wasn't you. Like, do you just think we're idiots?
The ones where the person says, I'm going to make a healthy meal, and they go to cut a carrot, and then they fall, and they get into a car and drive to McDonald's and accidentally order McDonald's.
Exactly. It's just completely dodging accountability. And, again, like, neither of us are examples of the people who are offended by this.
No, I don't care.
I'm looking on Twitter and scrolling through all of these absolutely verklempt responses. Like, I can't believe that we couldn't trust this person to represent the trans community and whatever. Like, solidarity between all of these marginalized communities. It's just funny when they eat their own. It is funny to me.
I mean, the same thing was happening in the comments of the Chapel Roan video. They're like, how dare you talk about livable wages when there's houses still smoking from burning down in the Palisades? How dare you care about this when there's this other thing that you could care about even more, because what I care about is what you should care about, which is why virtue signaling of any sort is always going to fail, because you will never be pure enough for anyone.
And apologies in general, because this is only the beginning of what will now be a month-long apology tour to recover chances of winning an Oscar.
Yeah, the reason this is being speedrun is because there's an award show coming up. And I believe that Zoe Saldana ended up winning like a, what was it, like a Saturn Award or something the other day. You know, like still won an award despite the fact that they were mad at her for saying like, oh no, this happened at such an inconvenient time. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, it's the issue that matters, not the timing.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the public lashings so far are not sufficient yet. Here's the first response I saw. If that were the case, you would have apologized sooner before this came to light.
Okay,
it's all fake. She's not sorry she did anything. She just got caught and is about to lose her Oscar.
There is this myth that they think happens where somebody who said something offensive 10 years ago is going to just for no reason whatsoever go and bring it up. That doesn't happen.
That would be super strange. In fact, the only person I've seen do that is Jenna Marbles. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She ended up seeing all of these people getting canceled for other reasons and decided to just go ahead and cancel herself before anyone else could get a chance to do it. So Jenna Marbles, she pulled up this laptop and showed this video of her in blackface making fun of Nicki Minaj like back in the late aughts. And she's like, this is what I did. I am an irredeemable, racist white piece of shit, and I am never going to be publicly on the internet ever again. And then after that, nobody heard from her again. She was just gone off the face of the planet.
Fact checking myself here. She won, Zoe Saldana won an award at the London Film Critics Circle. Didn't even know that was a thing.
I've never even heard of that.
They're too busy over there not caring, apparently, about Karla.
Kiss that Oscar goodbye, sweetie. Cancel Emilia Perez.
Yeah. It's I don't think that this is. I think there's been enough time. I don't think she's gonna win. I don't think I meant Zoe Saldana. Because she's up for one of those awards. I don't think that Karla, Sofia Gascon is going to win any awards either. I think they're absolutely going to go another direction.
Well, realistically, the co-stars shouldn't be punished for this one person's behavior, but that's just how it'll work anyway.
Yeah, it's the nature of the beast in that industry.
Then in any byline, people could say...
Then they're mad at her. She's like, why didn't you go look into all of your coworkers' Twitter history before signing on to work with them?
They could say Karla Sofia Gascon, who starred in Oscar-winning performance, or like starred in Oscar-winning TV show or Oscar-winning movie, for the rest of his career. So they don't want to give any of the credit to this person who has proven themselves to fall out of the ranks, you know?
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.